G'day guys, Greg here. Now today I'm going to make a delicious slow cooked beef using my trusty old slow cooker. This meal is really delicious and it's really simple to make too. Here's the ingredients I'm using today. I'll be telling you what I'm using along the way. Now of course with all my recipes there's always minimal effort involved. So I'll just cut the ends off that carrot and I'll just cut it into chunks. I'm just using 2 carrots here. You could use 3 even. 4 if you like carrots a lot. Now the onion, well I just need to cut the ends off. Then I just like to run my knife down one side and peel a bit off like that. Chunk, chunk, watch your fingers. Because we actually don't want those in chunks, we want those in one piece. And chunk. And the garlic, well, I'll just wave my knife up and down like this. Makes it look like I'm actually doing something. There was just one more thing. Now, I got this chuck steak, this is about 600 grams worth. Just use it as much as you want. I really don't care. And I mean, you can just chuck it in whole, but I'll just cut it into like chunks like this. Now this is the cheapest stewing steak you can get. So it is pretty tough. Definitely a lot tougher than cutting a porterhouse, that's for sure. Or you just leave it in big chunks. I mean, if your mother-in-law's not coming over, who cares? Just cut it into bits. And even if you want to cut it into nice sized pieces, I mean, look, you're the one doing the cooking, not me. Anyway, that's the hard work done. Now I am using the slow cooking part of my pressure cooker. I haven't used it in a while, so I have to remember how to use it. Now it's got the saute because I want to brown the meat, so I'll hit that and hit start. And that will start the heating element warming up inside. Now I wonder if this is heated up. Oh! Oh yeah, it's sizzling a bit. So I'll whack a bit of olive oil in there just to help with the cooking. And I'll chuck my steaks in. Spread them out, and I'll just leave them sit there and saute. I might add some pepper though, may as well. Now I don't know if I'll need extra salt, but I'll add some. Because I always like to add a bit of salt on my meat. We'll just let that cook on one side for a while, and then after a while try and stir it around. It's a bit hard actually in a big bowl like this. Some tongs might come in handy actually. And while that's cooking, I'm going to add the garlic and onions and carrots. Because why not? Now one way to make this meal even tastier is by adding some butter. Yeah, I just got a nice chunk here. I'll just break it into bits. And we all know the benefits of butter, don't we? Have you ever noticed when you're walking down the street, your bones don't squeak? You can thank butter for that. Something else I'm adding is some cherry tomatoes here. What have I got there? 7. Oh, that's a lucky number. And I've got 3 sprigs of rosemary here, which I found in the neighbour's garden. I'll throw those in. Plus the other cherry tomato that I forgot. So that's 8. Now here I've got 1.5 cups of beef stock. And I've also got some red wine here. And I'll add 1/2 cup of red wine into this. So it'll make it up to 2 cups. And into this, I'm also going to add some tomato sauce. Now, I'm just adding it into this. Just a swirl. I mean, you can just add it into the slow cooker if you want, but I'm giving it a nice mix, you see. And that will add a little bit of sweetness, a bit of sugar, a little bit of tomato flavour, even though there's tomatoes in it. Anyway, we'll pour our liquid in. Now into this I'm adding a secret ingredient, a bit of peel from a citrus. This is a mandarin, I think. I'm just going to add a little bit of that in with the meal. My auntie recommended that tip to me and it hasn't let me down yet. In fact, I've only used it once before, but anyway. Slow cooking a meal does take a long time, so this will at least give you something to eat while you're waiting for this to cook. So let me just give it a bit of a stir. I'll put the lid on. I'll set that to vent. Alright, well this is still on the saute setting, so I'll cancel that. And I want to slow cook it. It says low temperature up here. Well, 6 hours. That sounds like a long time, but anyway, cooking time, I'll do that and I'll drop an hour off. Maybe 2 hours. And I'll just hit start. We just need to cook that until that beef is nice and tender. Alright, well it's been 4 hours. Let's take a look. Oh, it's got a nice bit of oil on the top there. It's quite liquidy though, isn't it? Let me have a quick taste. Oh, that tastes nice. But I do want to have it with some potatoes today, so, well, how about we whack some potatoes in and prepare a whole meal at once? So I've just got 4 potatoes, pretty small. And the thing with potatoes is that the smaller you cut them, the faster they cook. Now this is going to be slow cooking, but I like this size that you can stick on a fork. So we just prepare this and we'll stick those in. And whenever I'm cooking potatoes, especially in water, I always add extra salt. Now this is salty water, but you probably need a bit more. When I tasted it, I thought it did need a bit more salt. Push those down under the water. Now I'm just going to let that cook for a couple more hours till those potatoes get nice and soft. When you can stick a fork through those potatoes, you know it's ready. And then it'll be ready to tuck on in for the old taste test. Oh look, I just can't wait any longer. I'm starving. Here we go. Oh. How's the fork test? Yep, that fork's going through. So let's get some into a bowl. Oh yes. Needs more carrot. That's better. Alright, well finally it's time to eat it. It's only been 6 hours. Whew. Right. Anyway, let's try some of this sauce. Oh yeah, it's got a nice bit of tomato in there. Ooh, boy, oh here's a piece of meat. Tender. Man, this has got such a nice, delicious flavour. This is very tasty. And it takes no time to cook as well. Well, you know what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the night. Sitting on the couch, watching TV, eating a nice warm beefy stew. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time I use this machine right here. See you then. Oh yeah, this is Greg's Kitchen.